Welcome to another Ariaswave market update. Okay, so following on from last week's update, we are still in the midst of seeing a wave E correction for wave 2. So this is a move that is still coming up to the upside, but first we still need to see that correction. As you know, I've been following this with this particular idea and wave counts for quite a few weeks now. And it's basically just saying that we need a dip before we go up again. No big deal, no big correction coming in at this point, not yet. And probably not for a little while. So there's no reason to think that it's going to be anything other than just a short, just a small term short position, right? Now, apart from that, we have seen the market bounce recently and then it made another low, which fits in perfectly with the idea that this is moving lower. At the small degree, I can only see a 1-2 count, and probably in wave 3 now, I would say breaking the low has sort of indicated this. So that view still stands for the Nasdaq and also for the Dow Jones. Okay, so interestingly enough, this particular price action has come back to retest the high of wave 5 of the previous wave I. So the fact that it came back to a very similar point there, to me, it's just basically it's resistance. And what we're seeing now is wave E, and I can see a 1-2 pattern there. So that's fine. I expect prices to head south, probably to 0.618 retracement around 28,000 roughly, but it could be a little higher, could be 50%, around 30,000. So just a little bit of resistance becoming support. This area is also a confluence around the 50%, around that line there, which would be the previous high from before the crash last year, and basically just coming back to retest that area. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but obviously we'll be tracking this. So that short position still remains intact. Okay, so aside from that, over to Bitcoin, and there hasn't been much change in that view either. We're still looking for price to move south. I can see a 1-2-1-2 pattern where basically in wave 3 now, we just need to see price continue lower, and we are expecting quite a drop here to basically around 16,000, between 16, 17,000 roughly. I don't see it going any lower than that, but let's just wait and see what happens. This is mainly just to track the big fish here, Bitcoin, so we can use it to analyze other cryptos. In this case, we're looking at Xlm as always. So very similar scenario panning out here, where we're looking for a corrective pattern to unfold, which will end this corrective pattern here, which is, to most people might appear like a zigzag, but it's actually more complex than that. However, I just paint a picture that it's a zigzag, basically because Ariaswave, it gives you the knowledge of the waves, and it basically says that, you know what, this is actually still unfolding, and yeah, we're still watching it unfold. So no buy signal yet. To me, this is just sitting on the sidelines and waiting. That's all it means to me. So I'll continue to do that. Right, so now let's go to the euro. So the euro is still in the process of completing an E wave. So as you can see, I've marked out here roughly the price action that I can see incoming. It's just a rough estimate of what could happen during this time. This is an area of importance back down at 1.11, $1.11 or $1.12, whatever it is, anywhere around that area. Basically, just is what I perceived to be the target, and then we should expect another bull run that's similar in length to this move here from last year all the way up to basically January this year. Okay, so once we get that, then we can anticipate that kind of move. A long position will probably be in play, but first we need to see that drop lower. We're in probably heading into, well, basically wave 3 now, but because this is an E wave, it can be choppy. It can start off strong, but then get choppier as it goes, simply because there is pressure to the upside. However, that pattern still has to unfold the way that it's supposed to, and using the target which I have placed on that short trade idea, which I posted a couple of weeks ago. So that one's still in play, going short. So over to gold, and from what I can see here, we're still making our way lower. Looks like we could be forming a type 1 week 5 wave move, which means that basically it'd be like an ending diagonal kind of move. We are expecting it to hit a new low around the green lines, dotted lines there, little basically a horizontal channel. That's roughly where take profit area is, all the way up from these highs. So I mean, once again, it's just a very predictable move due to where in the pattern it is. It's basically a no-brainer, and I have mentioned that also a few updates ago, and that one's still in progress, so that's all good there. Nothing more to report really. So now I'll just head over to oil for a moment, simply because we have seen a slight variation to the pattern, right? This one's wrong. I don't think I've got the right chart on this one. So basically, yeah, I'm not going to go too much into detail on this one, simply because it's got incorrect labeling. On this particular chart, it's a different chart that I used to post that idea, but essentially what we're looking at here is like a 1-2-1-2 pattern, but I don't think it's that. I think it's actually a 1AB. So basically, it may look like a 1-2-1-2 pattern, but the waves suggest otherwise. So essentially what we're looking at is the first part of a zigzag, which basically will look something like this to a certain extent, depending on the pullback area. Probably going to be back down towards between 50 and 60%. Wouldn't be surprised if it's around 0.618. But yeah, obviously we have to wait and see. This particular B wave move up here turned out to be slightly different, but I think it's over now. So I did say in that update that we are looking for a move up, and it just turned out to be that the corrective pattern had just finished when I posted that, and then we made the move up. So probably a double top here, I'd say, but in my next update, I'll label it up a bit better. But I can see here that this will move south from here as we correct the previous move, which started in October, November last year. And then further upside, I can see further upside incoming. But first, obviously, there's a corrective process that needs to unfold before that happens. Okay, so that's basically it for this market update. Hopefully you've found something worthwhile in this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.